Hello, right, here we go. And guys, thanks so much to absolutely everyone, because I just got a notification earlier saying that I'm allowed to apply to monetize the channel. Still at least a YouTube month, let's say in a month, before I can actually make that happen. But it's such a buzz, you know. It's taken quite a few years to get here. Couldn't have done it without your support. And so if you guys are watching the replay, welcome. Hope you're going to enjoy this. There's always a lot of fascinating stuff going on. And a special hello to everyone who's watching the live right now. Sharon Lee is here with good vibes, as always. April Evans, hi to you. Hi Lynn, hi Philip, hi Beverly. And wow, loads of people here. Cat Mama is here. Brilliant. I really like the energy with Cat Mama. That always sounds good. So great. Thanks everyone so much for joining. And thanks for the congratulations. And hi, Sacred Turtle Tony. Hi, nice to meet. I don't think I've met you before, Sacred Turtle Tony. Thanks so much for joining us. And Kathy Miller Stewart, great to see you too. So we're just about on new moon at this moment, and sounds like a new beginning for me. It's been that sort of week really, because I've got some new glasses as well, which I think look a bit better than the old ones. I can see out of them better than the old ones anyway. That's the main thing. So lots of kind of new moony things going on in the air. I bet some of you guys have had things changing as well. You're coming up, Marcy. You've got Marcy the cat here. You can see her sort of twanging the curtain in the background there. You coming up? Come on, come and say hello. Oh, she's camera shy. There you go. She isn't usually camera shy for long, but she is right now. Erin saying hello, Lisa. Thanks for joining us. And Teresa Baltazar as well. Anyway, right, new moon. It's a new moon in Aries, so we're really starting the cycle again. Got my book of moon stuff here. And this is a great book, actually. And like we're well into the year now. But if you know, you're thinking about getting a good astrology book for either for the rest of this year or for next year, you couldn't do much better than this, I don't think. Complete Astrology at a Glance, Llewellyn's 2021 Daily Planetary Guide. It's on Amazon. It's not a hell of a lot of money for what it is, and it helps you kind of plan things to go with the moon cycle, which always helps. So that new moon, 7:31 p.m. Pacific, 10:31 p.m. Eastern, and so that is going to be 3:31 a.m. here in UK. I will be asleep by then, just about. At least I hope I will be. I can more handsome. Well, that is very kind of you, indeed. Thank you. But let's do a card for the new moon. Okay, we usually start off with Moonology or an oracle deck, you know, for a card for everyone. And here we go, new moon. This is the new moon in Taurus. What we've actually got is new moon in Aries, but that's going to power it up quite a bit because the ram-like Aries energy always takes us places faster than we ever thought we'd get there in many cases. Hi, Kerry Gibson, by the way. Thanks for joining us. And this is Prosperity Lies Ahead. Well, that kind of goes quite nicely with the monetization thing. Although, you know, it remains to be seen how that one works out. Maybe I'm counting my chickens before they've hatched. But at a new moon, many of us are thinking about maybe launching a business or taking our life in a different direction, perhaps a more profitable direction. And there are more ways of profitable than having money. So great stuff anyway, you know, because prosperity lies ahead. And I think that's what we're all kind of looking for in this life, one way or another. Marcy isn't looking very prosperous. What you doing over there, puss? She's having a drink of water. That's something. Okay, so it's been quite an interesting week on the, well, a couple of weeks actually on the channel, because for the last couple of weeks I've been focusing on Merlin and the magic of Merlin, as well as the mysticism of everything. And tomorrow is April 12th in UK. That actually means a lot of the pandemic restrictions are being lifted. Lynn, no, she didn't catch the mouse. I haven't seen it again, so maybe she did, but I don't think she caught it actually. No, I guided her towards it and she just kind of looked at it and walked away. I probably feed them too much, but what are you going to do? I'm a cat gentleman, like a male cat lady. That's what I do. So I've been focused on Merlin and the magic of Merlin, and it's been great fun delving into that, actually. And even though I've known about it for a long time, really, you know, as long as I've lived here, it's one of the first things I noticed was that this is Carmarthenshire, which is the Marthen in it is the Welsh word for Merlin. So I've known about it a long time, but it sort of makes it more exciting going into it again, and you start seeing things in new ways, which is absolutely great. And it sort of bigs up your belief in the magic. So I hope that's the effect it's been having on some of you guys as you've been watching those videos, because they've just been fun to do, you know. Now, what I'm planning next week is to take a drive out to Preseli, because it looks like all these kind of tourist places are going to be open again, as long as you keep social distance and all that. So I will. So I'll take a ride out to Preseli, and at least we'll get some shots of the mountain close up, because Preseli Mountain is where Merlin got the blue stones that are now at Stonehenge, and he flew them across the sea. Cat Mamma Mia, is Merlin the reason I moved to Wales? Essentially, yes. You know, it has a lot to do with Glastonbury tour, and I'm going to go there. There is a video up on the channel about that, actually. I must pop a link to that one in the description, because it's like the energy of the moment. But there's a place it's in Somerset, really. Well, no, Wiltshire, I suppose it is. About 3 hours drive from here. It's called Glastonbury Tour, and it's not the same place as Glastonbury Pop Festival. That happens somewhere called Pilton, but they just took the name of Glastonbury because it's like within about 10 years drive of Glastonbury Village. Now, whether Glastonbury is the actual Glastonbury that's talked about in the King Arthur legends, a lot of people say that's not the case, and actually it's somewhere not too far from Glastonbury called Cadbury Castle. But Glastonbury is a very magical place in its own right, as you'll see when I go and do some filming down there, which is going to be soon, I hope. I'm looking forward to it. It's all flat all around, and there's this great big mound right in the middle of the town, you know. Well, it's slightly outside the town, but it was right in the middle of the town in like 5,000 years ago when they built it. And it is a man-made thing and woman-made thing as well. And there used to be a church on top of it. The way the Christian church likes to take over anything magic and kind of pass it off as Christian, they did that long ago. And the monks of Glastonbury Abbey built this church, St. Michael's Church, on the top of the Tor. And most of it fell down, but the tower is still there. And it's an amazing pagan site. The energy there is absolutely amazing. And how I sort of came to be into this whole thing and how I came to be here all links up to Glastonbury Tour. And in that sense, it is a very strong link to Merlin, because I'm sure he was around, you know. I'm sure that the kind of magic that Merlin is all about you can feel it at Glastonbury Tour. I hope it'll come across in the video, actually. Hello, Mitzi. Oh, glad you've been enjoying the channel. Thank you so much for joining us, actually, Mitzi. It's great to see you. And hey, Priya, how are you too, my friend? I'm great, thanks. So I was first, some friends of mine were going to go to Glastonbury Tour for the 8th of the 8th, 1988, for a harmonic convergence, because all the dates in the calendar were the same. And we had to be there for 8 minutes past 8 a.m. on the 8th of the 8th, 88. That was the time of the big kind of harmonic convergence. So I went down there with my friends, and never really been interested in Glastonbury Tour before. But we were on a bus from Bristol going there. And as soon as I saw it in the distance, something kind of woke up inside me in a big way. And so I went up there. And as I was climbing up the Tor, it's a very steep, very tall hill. As I was climbing up there, I saw this church tower standing on the top, and it looked to me as if there were friends of mine on the first floor of in America, that would be the second floor. What I mean, not the ground floor, one up from the ground. I could see these people looking out there and saying, "Come on, Andy, come on." So I went up there. When I got in the tower, there's actually there's no floors in there at all. You can see right out, it's open to the sky. And I saw this amazing pattern of lights all joined together by sort of lasery beams. in the sky above. And I didn't know what that pattern was, but after that, someone showed me a book about angels, and it had a picture in it of the tree of life from the Kabbalah, which relates so much to tarot. And that was the actual pattern I saw in the sky. So I became very interested in magical. Yeah, it is a tower, Lynn, absolutely. But what I'm saying is there's no flaws in it. You can see out the top, you know. So what was I saying? Yeah, I couldn't give up the interest in magic after that. I had actually already been interested in reading the tarot, and I started reading that in 1985, and it just got bigger and bigger from then. And I was really, really drawn to go somewhere like where the old ways are still strong, and they are here in this part of West Wales. And as I got into Merlin and found out about Carmarthen, I really wanted to be here. And I came into some money, and it was enough to buy a house. So I bought this house, and everyone said, "You're crazy. That house is miles from anywhere, and the walls are 2 feet thick, and you'll freeze to death." But hey, you know, I haven't frozen to death yet. Felt like I was going to freeze to death today, but I've got the fires lit, and it's all quite nice now. So that's what drew me here. You know, that's what kind of keyed me into the whole ley line system. And also at Glastonbury, right, there's this place called Chalice Well, and it's right at the foot of the Tor. And it's absolutely, you know, it's another amazing place. I can't sum it up in words. It's so amazing. But you go in there, and there's this kind of, it looks like a river flowing through it. What it actually is a spring that comes out from under the Tor. And it's got this really brown coloured water in it. Which has very strong magical properties, and I drank some of it, and that really did something to me as well. And I always drink some of that water when I go there. We'll put it in the video next time I travel down there, because it's amazing stuff. As someone once said, it tastes like a rusty gate post, and it does. It's very earthy. It doesn't taste great, but you can feel it kind of doing magic inside you as you tune into it. It helps in a big way. Plenty more stories about Glastonbury, and I'll probably do some more as we go through this video. Got to try and save some for the videos, which I'm going to do of Glastonbury, but that is coming up. Let's do a question now. I've been live for 13 minutes, and 13 seems like a good number to actually do a question. We've got a question from Wicked Fairy. Hi, Andy. What is the energy around me and the Taurus? That, my friend, sounds to me like a tarot question. So let's break out Tarot in Wonderland. I picked it up the right way up. That's a good start for sure. And let's see what we actually get. So what is the energy around Wicked Fairy and the Taurus? Well, I don't know if you caught the first couple of minutes, Wicked Fairy, but I pulled a card randomly from the Moonology deck, and it was the one that corresponds to New Moon in Taurus. So I think that tells us something, actually. You know, so yeah, Taurus is looking good, and it said prosperity is coming, so that's all pretty good. But let's get a tarot card out, and let's actually see what the tarot has to say about that. Okay, Ace of Pentacles. So that's pretty good energy around you in the Taurus, Wicked Fairy. That's alchemy. That is kind of doubling your efforts in so many ways, particularly in this version of the Ace of Pentacles, because you've got a hand holding out a pentacle and a sort of cake thing next to it. Never been quite sure what that is, but it's got the English Tudor rose in the middle, and it's a natural scene. So I would say earthy magic, you know, very magical energy. Definitely prosperity around the energy between you guys, but more than anything, alchemy, you know, make things happen. That's the bottom line. I would imagine that that's a pretty good relationship. They don't always work out. It's a sad fact, and I can never promise that it's going to work out, you know. But that's the energy of it. You just got to kind of play your cards right, Wicked Fairy, and it looks like it's going places. It looks like it's positive. But Ace of Pentacles, that is a damn good card to get. It really is. Thank you, Andy, says Wicked Fairy. Wicked Fairy, my friend, you are very, very welcome. Okay. And yeah, as Donna says, I do, well, Donna kindly says I'm a good personal tarot reader. I couldn't possibly big myself up like that, but I am a personal tarot reader. And if you're sort of into the energy and you're liking this and you would like a personal reading, please hit me up. My email is down there in the description below this video. It's 35and83@gmail.com. That is 35and83@gmail.com. I read for a living, basically, so I'm always into it. We can either do kind of cards and I'll send them to you. We can do an email reading. We could go live on Zoom together, and that way I can send you a recording of your reading afterwards. Actually, that's one of the great things about Zoom. What else now? Yeah, live on Messenger as well. I did a reading today on Facebook Messenger. That was fun. Basically, any way you want the reading done, I will do my best. I can't start and give you any answers you want, because that's it wouldn't be a proper reading then, would it? Goodness no. But we'll do it any way you want. Cat Mama Meow. Andy, what can you tell me about my health? Okay. There's a lesson going on. Okay. There is a lesson going on. I'll say that. It's what's happening to you at the moment, Cat Mama, is to teach you something. Okay. It's slowing things down. It's slowing you down, and it's giving you time to take more details in of the world around you, because there's a great deal of magic just sitting there in the world around us, and it doesn't tend to look very magical, you know. So that's partly what's actually going on and why it's going on. But oh, cards. I think that's a tarot question again, you know. And I think what I'm going to do is 3 cards, because I really want to try and go deep on this one, Cat Mama. Okay, so let's cut the deck. Let's see what we've got. Right, okay. So as you probably heard me say there, I probably gave the game away. The first one I turned over was the sun. Okay, now that's like a new energy. That's new things happening. And Cat Mama, what's actually going on in your life at the moment, particularly with your health, because that's what we were talking about. There's some kind of spiritual initiation going on there. Like I said a minute ago, you're really, really learning, but in some ways you've already learned enough. Okay, so there's a good chance that things are going to ease up soon. What this card in particular shows, this particular version of the sun, shows Alice there with a sort of crown thing on, sitting between 2 queens. And the story of Tarot in Wonderland is Alice growing up from a little girl into a woman. And that's like the analogy of Tarot in Wonderland. That's how it does the major arcana journey. So when you get to the sun card, Alice is pretty much grown up. So it shows that this has matured you. It's been like a spiritual maturing process for you. And it also shows that things are kind of pretty well on their way to changing. Second card for you, Cat Mama, this one is the Page of Cups. Okay, and this is how it often feels when we go through an illness, when we go through a health problem. We think, why? And we don't actually really get a clear answer to that, unfortunately. And Alice this way is looking at the cup. The cup is all about, you know, the suit of cups, what you long for, what you desire, what you want. Tinkerbell is here. I wonder if one of these cats is going to jump up and entertain us. Who knows? But anyway, Alice has got a very pure kind of childlike energy in this card. And even though it's a fish and she doesn't know what the fish is going on, to quote Princess Caroline from BoJack Horseman, she is looking at the fish and she's going to make the best of it. Okay, so there's some learning going on that level as well for you, Cat Mama, to sort of make the best of your life somehow. I once knew an elderly lady who kind of had this health condition, and it made her quite difficult to be with, but she was always surrounded by people. Whenever I went round there, the place was full of people who'd come to visit her, because even though she wasn't that easy to be around in some ways, she just had this amazing personality and a lot of wisdom, you know, and she was fun to be with in that sense, even though it wasn't easy. So there's some more alchemy, Cat Mama, okay? It's a maturing process, most definitely. The sun says you're moving on to a new phase and it's not going to hold you back, but sure, it's still going on. The Page of Cups says do your best to make the best of it. Okay, well, you're not going to do your worst to make the best of it either, but that's the words that came to me. Card number 3 on that one, strength. It's number 7. Yeah, and so look after yourself. All right, that's the particular meaning of strength in this deck. See how Alice is looking after the deer there, and there's truth all around it in the form of turquoise light forms and turquoise trees. So let your truth grow, Cat Mama. That's what needs to happen, okay? Let your truth grow and let things develop in the most positive way possible, and just keep on looking up, okay? I do feel that your health problem is going to improve quite a bit in the near future. You know, that's really what the sun was all about. That's what that was saying to me. So I sincerely hope that's helped you, and keep us apace. You know, I'd really like to know how that works out for you, Cat Mama. So yeah, thanks for your question, and thanks so much for joining us. Gonna go to Julie Gagini. Hello, Julie. Julie the Genie. Right. Nice to see you. Okay. Cat Mama, yay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining in, and thanks for your question. You bring good energy with you. You really do. And I'm sorry if you're not feeling great, but you bring great energy with you. You really do. Seascape, hello, elbow cough at a twig, brother. Yeah, hello to you, Seascape. Nice to see you. And Rick Gonzalez is here. Katie H is here. I will keep on doing questions as we go, because that's what I'm about. That's what I like to do. Right now, Judy Gagini. Andy, I'm getting physical therapy from a new provider. Sciatic nerve issues. Any cards for how this will work out? Well, I'm not totally what you'd call an empath, but sometimes I get it, and I can just feel that sciatica. I've had it myself, and I can just remember what it feels like. It's kind of going through me now. Bottom line, it's got to change, Judy. It's not something you can really keep on coping with. That's what I feel, and I feel that that's heard by the angels, you know, and so it is going to work out. I know this sounds really mad, but the truth is, it's just one day it is just going to totally go away. It's really, really random. To make sense of it, to help it in any way, you would have to like lie on the floor and just not move at all. And you know, you'd need something to eat after a while. It just doesn't work out. It can't be done, but it will just go away at some point on its own. Let me do a tarot card on that and see what we get. Knight of Swords. Right, so the situation is developing, okay? You are actually going to get a chance to be agile again fairly soon. The Knight of Swords, as well as being, you know, something that takes up your mind and you have to think about a lot, it's real swashbuckling energy to get things done. So as you're with this new provider, okay, I feel this new provider is going to be more holistic, you know, and look at it in a more... not exactly a spiritual way, like a holistic way, like taking everything into account. And I think that's going to help quite a lot. But you get moving again soon, I'm sure. Look at the energy in this card. You get moving again, sure. So, Judy, I feel sorry for you. I used to be a church organist, and I had sciatica, and they couldn't get anyone else to play the thing. I had to like play it standing up because I just couldn't sit on the organ bench. Insane situation that gets you into, but it's going to get a lot less. It's going to get, yes, that's it. It's going to get a lot less insane as you go forward, and you will definitely go forward, Judy. So thanks so much for that. Okay. KDH just got a new job, and I've lost the thing. Let me see if I can find it. And here we go. KDH, I just got a new job, but I'm nervous about it. Why? Ooh. These are real tarot-y questions at the moment. Hi, Inquisitive Tarot, by the way. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us, anyone I haven't said hello to yet. And of course, guys, if you're watching the replay, I really appreciate you watching the video. I hope you get something out of it, you know. As you can see, I'm kind of doing one-to-one readings here, but I'm a medium. I take services in spiritualist churches. And each kind of session that I do in there usually takes like 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. And I don't get to everyone in the church. But the idea is the other people who are there at the spiritualist service get to see the proof of the afterlife. And that kind of just raises their faith a bit, and it helps them. So if you're watching the replay, and I'm not doing a card directly for you, see what card you're drawn to. Okay, if you're drawn to it, it's for you. Absolutely, for sure. But at the same time, I hope it's like giving your faith a lift, giving you a lift somehow. That's what it's all about. But KTH, anyway, let's see. I just got a new job, but I'm nervous about it. Why? So, Katie, what we're looking at here is the King of Pentacles. Let me bring that up first. So it's abundance, okay? This new job is actually going to bring you abundance. And the thing is, it's going to actually sort of make you perform. It's going to get you doing things. Because the other side of the King of Pentacles, particularly in this Tarot in Wonderland card, is that abundance comes and it has to be used. So he set up a big meal there and he's ready to feed anybody who comes along. There's good things on the table. There's 2 cups of tea. He hasn't actually got anyone with him yet, but then he's the Mad Hatter as well as the King of Pentacles. So it's all a bit mad there, you know, that there's no getting away from that. But the thing is, there's no getting away from your situation, Katie. You had to make this move, okay? And it is going to take you forward. It's taking you into a new way of being. And you are going to have to make the most of the abundance. And you know that, Katie. You're not someone who just sits on abundance and tries not to let life change. It's what you've been praying for, and you're going to have to go for it, my friend. Okay, that's what the nerves are about. But just go with the flow, because as soon as you get stuck in, you'll find that this is what's meant to happen for you, and this is going to take you places you may never have imagined you would be taken. But that's really what it's all about. Okay, thanks for your question. I'll relate that a bit to what you might have seen my post earlier. YouTube emailed me today and said that I'm eligible to monetize the channel. And so I went on to do it, and I filled everything in, but it's going to take them about a month to get back to me. And I'm so glad, because I just don't fancy that level of work at the moment, because there's going to be loads of work to do. But it's what I've prayed for years, and it's time to perform, you know, maybe a month from now, but it's going to be time to perform. And that's what I'm going to have to do, because that's what I want to do. And it's always a bit like that. When I'm about to do a live, I'm always kind of praying to the spirit people and the angels, please let me kind of give out something that's useful and helpful, and let me be accurate, you know, so important. And I worry about that. But as soon as I hit the live button, I find that it flows. There's always something there. They've never stranded me with nothing yet. So Katie, have faith, okay? The angels are around. This is really positive, and anything is possible. You just keep going forward. It's going to fit like a glove, my friend. It's only nerve-wracking because it's so new. Kat May, hi to you. Nice to see you. April, Andy, you will do great. Thank you very much. I really hope so, April. It's a buzz for me, because I have a disability that stops me from working, and it'd be great to earn some money. That's never been my main reason for doing this, but it's going to be wonderful to actually earn a bit of money from it, which is fantastic. And I'm not going to fill the whole thing up with ads either. There'll be like 1 or 2 ads on things. That's the way to go, I think. Okay, now then, sweet baby girl gives us a pendulum question. Thanks for your pendulum question, which you may not have known was a pendulum question, but it is. Hi, will I get pregnant this year before Christmas? Let's just see, you know, rather than me go into a psychic one, let's just see what the pendulum has to say. Circle for yes, back and forth for no. Don't worry right this second, it's just a string sorting itself out. Now we're coming into it. It's a good circle. Looks like a yes to me. So I'm going to say yes. Okay. For entertainment purposes only, YouTube. I've got to say that. I hate to say that, because I totally believe this stuff. But I've really got to say things like that. If in doubt, consult a doctor, all that kind of thing. I'm getting a yes there. Okay. I feel we're like further over towards the end of the year, probably the fall kind of time, sweet baby girl. That's what I'm thinking at the moment. That's the way the energy seems to be going with that. Okay, but it was a positive yes. So thanks for your question. I wish you the very best of luck with that. And a voice in my head says, tell her to keep trying. Okay. How do I talk about a thing like this without being extremely rude? I don't know. Just keep trying. Okay. Rome wasn't built in a day. That's what come into me. Okay. 1 baby or 2, boy or girl? Ooh, I don't know. I was taught as a medium never to answer that question, all right? But I'm going to try, because Like maybe my spirit guides didn't read that book that teacher got that one out of. Okay, tarot for that one. Well, got the Two of Pentacles, so that's kind of suggesting 2 to me there. Okay, that's suggesting 2 to me, and he's a man, so there's a boy there definitely. My guides are telling me one of each, a boy and a girl. Okay, but I'm just like I'm so paranoid about that. I've got to type this in, right? I've got to really kind of keep everything legit as I'm monetizing the channel and everything. So FORENTER purposes only YouTube. Okay. Hey, but thanks for your question, right? And I secretly stand by what I said there, okay? But that was a real good yes from the pendulum, real solid yes. Okay, so let's keep on moving. See what we get. Marie. I have to move by September. Can you pull a card to see if I will find a place of happiness? Right. That is neither a tarot or a pendulum question. That is a question for work your light, okay? Because that's what's going on. This deck is really good on like what's going on in your energy field. And when you talk about finding a place of happiness, that really is where it's at, okay? I feel you're quite a bright soul, Marie. Someone up there is telling me that if you don't smile all the time, but when you smile, it lights a room up, you know? So you have got a lot of light with you, and it is working that way. Okay, let's have a shuffle and see where we get. Okay, I'm going to cut the deck. Right, break the chain. Okay. Now then, you're asking me, will you find a place of happiness like it's in question? What you've got to do, Marie, is visualize and believe that you will find a place of happiness. Okay? I feel there's a place that you're aware of already and you just don't believe life could ever be that good. But believe it, friend. Okay? Believe it. It can be that good and it will be that good as long as you keep believing that it can be that good. And I've been told already, you know, you've got the light within you to light up a whole room. So you've got the light within you to send that light out there, visualize and believe that you're going to get the best, you know, because it looks good. And basically the image on this card, oh, where's the camera there? It's this dark cave here. And the characters are slowly coming out of the dark cave into the light. And this is you, Marie, right along at the end here with your dress blowing in the wind like Marilyn Monroe. And you're all surrounded by the turquoise of the beautiful sky. So I'm giving a yes to that one. Okay. Just keep thinking positive, though. It makes all the difference. Keep thinking positive. Julie Gagini, a coffee is very, very welcome. Thank you. There is a link down below in the description. It says coffee.com/twig. That works for the same place as this one that's going along the bottom right now. Where is it? You see it scrolling along the bottom there? Either that one or the clicky link down there. We'll send it to the same place. And if you'd like to buy me or the channel a coffee, please follow that link, guys. It makes a massive difference. It really does. Makes me feel so appreciated as much as anything, you know, it really makes a difference. And I appreciate you guys doing that. So if you'd like to get me a coffee, please do. They're always very much appreciated. Okay. I don't know, I never know how to pronounce this. Prachi Daswani, hello. Hi, do you see my ex contacting me? Oh, right. That's like a pendulum question, but my hand went and picked up the tarot cards again, so that's what we're going to do. After a drink of water. And guys, if any of you want to do this kind of work and you're in training for it, always drink loads of water while you work, okay? Water has an amazing ancient spiritual significance so far back that a lot of it has been lost. But believe me, drinking water makes all the difference. Okay, so do I see your ex contacting you? Right. Okay, there's a lot of complications going on, right? Now, it can happen but a lot of complications have got in the way, and that's why you guys aren't in touch. There's a lot come up. This is the 9 of Swords. There's a hell of a lot of thinking to do before we can get a definite yes on that. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. So work through these things one at a time. That's what your ex needs to do as well. And in that sense, I think your ex actually is in the throes of doing that at the moment. So that's a 9 of Swords. Not an easy card, actually, but it's still all to play for. Let's just go for a yes/no on from the pendulum to go with that, okay? Do you see my ex contacting me? We'll just let the pendulum twirl to a standstill, and we'll go. Very small circle. That's a yes, okay, but there's things to overcome. I don't know if things were said, but I feel there are things that need to be overcome, you know, but I do get a soul level bond there. And if a thing's meant to happen, it always does. And I feel like it's meant to happen. Let me just pop this one on. Thanks for your question, by the way. Let me pop this one up. This is good advice, right? I don't work a list here. My spirit guides take me to one person after another, and I do the reading that way when the energy is right. That's how I work. That's how I roll. That's how my spirit guides roll. So as you type your question in, guys, please just right-click and go over it and copy your question so you can paste it into the comment box again if I don't get to you, okay? Because you just got to keep on reminding me. That's kind of what I'm like. But you know, anyway, thanks for posting that, Aaron. I really, really appreciate you reminding me about that. Okay, Christina. Andy, will Ivan be with me physically on my family's vacation this summer? That's a pretty straightforward pendulum question here, but I've got a feeling there's a bit more to it, Christina. But let's have a look. Okay. Don't know if that's Ivan or Ivan. In Wales here, in Wales, UK, where I live, we would say Ivan. But that would be spelled with an F as well. Okay. I've got to be honest, this is looking like a no to me. Right, that was pretty much back and forth. There wasn't much circular going on there at all. Let's see why that is. Okay, and the tarot will tell us a little bit about why that is. Okay, he's talking to someone. Okay, what we've got here is the moon, and in this expression of the moon card, we've got Mr. Walrus hand in hand with the main sort of character that the tarot is all about. And where's the advice coming from? You know, okay, someone's talking to him and kind of putting him off it or something. All right. Well, obviously, no, it's not all right because it's not good. But basically, there's a false light going on here. So, Christina, you're not exactly seeing the situation as it is at this point. Let's see what else we've got. Okay. All right. Well, 3 of Pentacles, steady progress. So you can change it. Okay. You can turn it around. Just got to keep working at it. And sometimes the best way to work at a thing like that is not to, you know, is to let it be. Give it time, you know. But that came up as a no. Hope that's not too much of a disappointment, but that came up as a no there. Okay. Right. Now then, it's an interesting one. Sally G, can you please pull a card for me? And right underneath it, Rick Gonzalez, can you pull a card for my wife? Her name is Sally. So I don't know if this is... Maybe this is the same Sally, but I'm going to pull a card for you anyway. All right? Okay, can you please pull a card for me? I am totally drawn to Work Your Light as the deck we're going to use again here. This is a lovely deck. Any of you guys follow Danny Shea's Bathrobe Tarot? You have probably seen this deck before because I know he uses it. And he's well advised to use it. It's a beautiful deck. That's the back of the cards. Let's cut the deck and see what we get. Sally G, transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. And what I'm thinking here, Sally, is what I'm really drawn towards here is the nature of energy, okay? Some cultures rightly, in my opinion, believe that everything has a soul. Like a car has a soul. It doesn't have to be an animal. It doesn't have to be a human. It doesn't have to be a plant even. Everything has a soul. Everything is put in the world for some reason. Okay. Now, if that's the case, Sally, how much more have you got a soul, and how important is your soul to you? Well, that is what's undergoing transformation. That's what's changing at the cellular level at the moment with you. Deep healing is going on. And I feel, Sally, that I need to ask you not so much to keep healing yourself. I'm sure you'll keep trying to aim for the best healing. What's going on here is you have to sort of actively try and manifest more healing coming in, and be as open to it as you possibly can. Okay, you can be very calm with it. This lady sitting on her sort of healing throne here is a very calm character, and I'm just kind of taking a closer look at it. Yeah, what she's got is this wand with the moon at the top, and you see the moon at the top, and there's like a crystal ball inside that moon shape on the wand, and she's got the wand in contact with the ground. So Sally, what you need to do, ground yourself. I think a lot of us know how to do that. Maybe you know how to do that anyway, but I'll just go over it anyway, you know, might as well. Visualize roots coming out of the soles of your feet, going deep down, 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 right down into the goddess energy of the earth, wrapping around the earth's core to hold you on tight, and then coming back up again and gripping the back of your legs so you're totally anchored down. You can do what you want. You can move at will, but no one can knock you over when you've got those roots, okay? Also, protection. Visualize the old cosmic condom coming down over your head, all the way down to the floor, and nothing can get in unless it comes in love and light, okay? And that is going to make the best of the healing energy for you, Sally, okay? And Rick is saying thank you, so I guess you're the Sally that Rick was talking about, since you're both G people. Do we have a couples tag team here? I think we do. Wonderful. Sheila, you literally just bought this one. Have you worked your light? That's a great investment, actually. I've had it a couple of years now, and it is a wonderful deck, you know, because it's nearly all about spiritual progress in one way or another. There are different kind of aspects to it. There are inquiry cards, there are action cards, there are 4 different kinds of cards, actually. They're all about spiritual progress. But quite honestly, even if someone asks you for a reading about money or their job or their relationship or something, someone who would ask the likes of us to pull a card, is inquisitive themselves about spiritual matters, and this very often gets you close to the answers. So it's a wonderful deck. I would say congratulations on that purchase, because it's a good one. You're saying you love it. I'm really glad to hear it. What does Sally say? I saw Sally type something a second ago. Where we go here? I can't find what you actually put there, but you're saying you're a cancer survivor. Well, I'm so glad you survived it. I really am. But there's a thing, folks, you know, we can survive these things now. Medicine is changing, but it's not just medicine. It's manifestational energy, and that all comes from thinking about it in a positive way, believing that it can be good. My old father passed away from cancer, and I could see it took over him, you know. As soon as the doctor told him that he had that, he just, you know, he believed it was going to get him. He couldn't get that thought out of his head, and I kind of saw it take over, like in conjunction with that. I'm not blaming him. I'm sure he didn't want to die, and I'm sure he would have done his best and everything, but you know, the way to deal with cancer, like the way to deal with any horrible thing that's going on in your life, is just to kind of believe that it can be good and keep asking those angels, okay? They can't help unless you ask them. Excuse me, right. Going to go to GGB in a second, but I want to read this from Cat May. Andy, I had a medical procedure done to my knees back in December. Will my right knee respond to treatment and heal? Oh, right. I'm feeling that in my right knee, actually. and there's like a buzz going on there. So yes, it will. I feel it may still be a little painful. Hope it's not a lot painful, but I think there will be some pain in there. But it's the pain of things knitting back together, more likely to be an itching than anything like that. Okay, but it's actually already happening. Your right knee is responding. I can feel it, Kat. Okay, it's going to be quite a long road, I feel. I would say we're going to be in winter again before that really comes right. And of course, that's not going to help because the cold weather of winter doesn't really help. But it's a long road, Kat. You've come a long way. I'm being told you've done really well with it. Let's just have a little tarot card on that. I'm just kind of interested to see. Okay. Oh, 9 of Swords came out again. And it came out upside down, okay? That's it the right way up. Very complicated stuff going on. Things all tangled up. Came out upside down. So it's about things untangling, Kat, okay? It's painful at this point, but some small improvement. That figures. I'm sorry that it's painful at this point, actually. And guys, any healers out there, let's all kind of just, send Kat some healing for that right knee there. But it's painful right now because things are improving. Okay, I hope it goes down to a dull itch soon, and but it looks like you'll be out of the woods with that one by winter. That's what it looks like. It really does. Okay, now GGB asked for a card, and I can't see the original request, so let's go off this one. Why not? Air in Sun has got a nice energy, we're bringing these things up. Kat says thanks. Kat, you are very, very welcome, my friend. Okay, let's have a shuffle here. In fact, let's not shuffle that deck. I am being drawn. Is it? Okay. Having a little conversation with my guides here. Excuse me, guys. I'm being drawn to the angel cards for this one for Gigi. Okay. Let's see what we've got. Okay. This is quite an old deck, but if you can pick it up anywhere, I'd strongly recommend it. It's very good. Beautiful artwork that draws the eye, and it's pictures that your guides can point things out to you in. Very, very helpful that way. Right. So I pulled one out and another one jumped out with it, so we'll do them both. First one, GGB, Archangel Raphael, and healing. Okay. And you can see this lady doesn't look totally happy, but she is totally calm. Okay, so healing is going on. We've got a lot of healing energy around tonight, actually, in all these readings so far have had something to do with healing. Even the lady who's moving house, there's a healing thing going on with that. Now we're seeing a full moon there. So remember, GGB, these things go in cycles, and what you feel like now, you won't feel like it forever. Things will be good. Sometimes things will be not so good, but generally speaking, you're going to keep on bouncing back. It's a positive road for you. Also, we've got a pentagram star very close to this lady's heart. So that's earth, air, fire, and water, all the elements working together with the divine making the fifth element, as it were, the point at the top. It's not a fifth element exactly, but you know what I mean. The other one that came out, Archangel Gabriel, communication. Okay, Gigi, you're going to hear something through the post pretty soon. That's what I'm feeling here. That's a very short and sweet version of it. And this card does have other strands of meaning, but I've been shown the brown envelope coming through the door. Okay, don't fear it. Things are going to improve. Gigi says, I'm waiting for surgery on my right hand. Oh, okay. Well, I seem to be in empath mode tonight. And the camera flips things, so I'm sorry if this looks like my left hand, but it's my right hand, really. And it feels as right as rain. Okay, so that looks like things improving. And so we were talking about healing there, and that works with the healing card because that is things improving and all the elements coming together to help. So there's going to be a lot of help there for it. But yeah, communication. You're going to get some communication specifically about that, Gigi. Something's coming through the door before too long. Okay, so look out for that. And again, visualize, believe it's going to be good, because it can be and it will be, and that is how it's going. April sending healing prayers. Let's all send those healing thoughts out to GGB and everyone else who needs that as well. Gigi says, thank you. Totally makes sense. Injury at work. Ah, right. Yeah, I think someone's going to give you some money for that. Okay. And I know you'd probably rather have your health and not worry about money, but someone's going to send you money for that, for sure. Okay. Hey, thanks for your question, and I wish you the very best. Kerry Gibson, I've got to admit my lack of knowledge at this point. Okay. What are the other 6 flames? I don't know. There are at least 8 of the flames, Carrie. That's what I do know, because the violet flame is called the 9th ray. Okay, so there must be another 8, or it wouldn't be called the 9th ray. I honestly don't know the answer to that. Okay. Do you recommend any literature? Well, to be honest, Carrie, I learned all about that from the internet. Okay. I mean, I had spiritual teachers around me at the time that I found that out, but I was just Googling randomly one day and I found the violet flame. And the reason I was Googling that actually was because I was working with a card deck and Saint Germain kept coming up, and I Googled Saint Germain and I found out about the violet flame from that. So I'm going to say, look up Saint Germain, okay, on the internet. Can't recommend a book because I don't know any about that. I honestly don't, but there's wonderful information out there. There is. And hey, thanks so much for your question. And very good idea to put 3 purple hearts on there on the end of that one as well. Really kind of good manifestation. It's surprising what you can manifest by typing things the way that comes to you and by using emojis that make sense to you. And 3 violet hearts there make great sense. As Kat says, please don't forget to click on the old thumbs up tonight. Please hit the subscribe button as well, guys, if you haven't yet, because there's more content coming all the time. Going to do some more stuff on the Merlin magic in the next week or so. Going to go down to Preseli and film down there where the Stonehenge blue stones came from. Merlin was there and he flew them across the sea. That's the ancient legend of how the blue stones got all the way to Wiltshire. And also going to be going down to Glastonbury before long. But in any case, the readings keep flowing. So please hit the subscribe button, guys. And if you've already subscribed, would you mind checking to see if you're still subscribed? Because there's a bug with YouTube that unsubscribes people. I was up to about something like 1,658 a fortnight ago. And then it went down to about 1,640. It's just slowly come back up to 1,648 today. And just before I came on, it had gone down to 1,647. I know people unsubscribe. I'm cool with that. But a lot of big content creators are really kind of moaning about this at the moment. And there is something with the algorithm that unsubscribes people. So I'd be grateful if you could check on that one. Well, you know, Gigi, you know, the healing energy is wonderful. And I'm so proud of this group of people, actually, who've come around the channel, all of you guys, because there is great energy, you know, great healing energy and strong spiritual energy as well. Bad Boy Rob, hi to you. Thanks for joining us. Can I get a card for the future? You most certainly can, my friend. Okay, now this is going to be Keepers of the Light. So this is about your own inner light, Bad Boy Rob. Okay. I don't know if you'd be happy in yourself if you were a totally good boy. I think being a bad boy is part of it. But, you know, there's good ways of being a bad boy, isn't there? Okay, so what we got? Here we go. Sanat Kumara, light activation. Okay, I'm not saying you have to kind of give up all your ways of life or anything like that, Bad Boy Rob. But in terms of your future, this is where it's at, okay? Light activation. And Sanat Kumara says, shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. Okay, so as you move forward into the future, and let's face it, guys, the clock's ticking. We're all moving forward into the future right this minute. It's the nature of life. Life keeps going. Life keeps changing. Life is change. Healing change is coming around you, Rob, okay? Because The color purple we've got on here is the color of lilac amethyst, and that's very gentle change coming in. It's a lovely gentle energy, and it doesn't suddenly force you to change. You know, that's the most important thing. Never change who you are. That's what my spirit guides are saying. But don't dim to fit in. Shine your light out there. Okay, bad boy Rob, you've got light within you. You make people laugh. You're someone who can make people laugh. You've got a cheerful vibe about you. Keep that going. Develop that, okay? And then whatever life might throw at you in the future, you're going to just do better, okay? But it looks to me like things are going up for you. It looks like things are becoming more spiritual for you. And maybe like I was saying at the beginning, I kind of got drawn to live in this place because of spiritual happenings. I think spiritual happenings are coming in around you as well. So thanks for your question, bad boy Rob. And thanks for bringing your energy here. Wonderful to see you tonight, and I really appreciate you joining us. Okay. Mary says, hi, Andy, you look great in that colour. Thank you very much. I like to think it kind of goes, I've got blue eyes. You can hardly see them, but I really have got blue eyes. And I've got blue glasses to go with blue eyes. And it seems to go with orange. I've got a blue necklace as well. So there you go. That's my colours, right? My sacral chakra is singing. I'm very glad to hear that. That sounds rather good, Mary. And might you pull a card for me, please? I might. In fact, I definitely will. So I'm having a bit more of a shuffle here. Let's stay with the Ascended. No, let's stay with the Keepers of the Light. I get it mixed up with the old Doreen Virtue Ascended Masters deck because it's kind of similar. But it's got much newer, much fresher energy in it from Kyle Gray. And who is the artist? Lily Moses is the artist. And that's cool with me because my daughter's name is Lily. Well, I've got two daughters. The other daughter is called Tegerian, but no one knows how to pronounce Tegerian, even though you've heard me pronounce it. Okay, but she is wonderful too. Mary, card for you. Diana, focused intention. Okay, what we're saying here is keep your eyes on the prize, Mary. I feel a bit like the nine of wands at this point, as if you've got to kind of keep battling to really get to where you need to be. It's going to take a bit of an extra push, and it's going to take a bit more focus. The card says, or Diana in the card says, think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. Manifestation, you've got to expect the best. If you don't expect the best, where's the best going to come from? It's got to come in from somewhere, okay? So keep expecting it. Now, we've got the crescent moon there. We're pretty much on a new moon. New moon is happening in about 5 hours' time from now. New moon in Aries. It's going to be strong energy. Don't launch any of those plans until maybe Tuesday next week. We need the moon to be a couple of days towards fullness, just so that she's lighting the sky up again, okay? So maybe this is a dark time for you, Mary, okay? But it's always darkest just before dawn. And stay focused, okay? Just keep battling. You know you can't just let go of this. You know it's important to you, so just keep on battling, okay? Because there's still plenty of arrows. Where is it? This screen there. Found it at last. Where my finger is pointing, there are still arrows in your quiver. There are still things you can do. Okay, so don't give up. Whatever you do, keep your eyes on the prize. That's the way to go. Hey, Celtic Tarot, Sheila, lovely to see you. Sheila, we were talking about me monetizing, and I said YouTube wouldn't let me. I got the email today. I've now kind of clicked on everything, and the monetization process is happening, Sheila. So thanks for all your help with that, actually. And thanks for all these lovely people that you've introduced me to as well. Can't thank you enough for that, really. So good afternoon or morning or evening, wherever it is for you. It's kind of evening here, Sheila. It's 5 minutes past 10 p.m., which means I've been going for nearly an hour, actually. Wow, the time flies, you know, when I start to think, right, hour and a half, okay. And I'm happy to do that. And it goes so quick. It really goes quick. But somehow the energy always starts dropping off towards the end. So get your requests in now, guys. That's my advice. Going to go to Donna Wittereed now, or is it Wittereed? I don't know. But it's Donna, and I know Donna. Okay, 3 question marks a card, 3 more question marks. Thanks. Okay. What's really great about that, what I'm really drawn to in what you've typed in there, Donna, is that we've got 6 question marks. So there's a question and there's some kind of magic behind that. There's some kind of magic about you. Let's see what we've got for you. Ooh. The divine director, intervention and purpose. Now, I know there's stuff going on in your life because I did you a reading a while ago. I know, Donna. And so I acknowledge I know a bit about sort of what's going on there. But here we go. Intervention and purpose. It says divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. And that's the thing to hang on to, Donna. Happiness is your purpose. And when you're seeking happiness, you're in tune with the whole universe. The universe is always trying to come into balance. And when we feel happy, it's not just like, pointless. We feel happy because we're actually in tune with everything. That's what happiness is. And you can get closer and closer in tune with things. The more you kind of focus on that purpose in your life of happiness. But there we go. There were a lot of things in that reading that were out of your hands and you just had to go with the flow, Donna. And what this card is really saying is, yes, do go with the flow because you are being guided. It says, know that you're being guided. Divine intervention is occurring, and there is the divine director eyeing you up with that kind of really powerful gaze. He's also got what looks to be a full moon in the sky behind him, lots of orbs there as well, actually. So there's a lot of energy suggested by the full moon, and all these orbs really powerful. I wish I could upload in better resolution, but I'm in the back of Beyond here. If you could see this card crystal clear, and actually, guys, look it up on the internet. Type in Kyle Gray, the Divine Director, and you should be able to get a Google image of this. I'm sure someone's uploaded them. These orbs on this card are absolutely wonderful to look at when you look at them close up. And orbs say they're spiritual beings all around you, trying to uplift Donna, trying to make things happen, trying not just to move life along, but to move life along in a happy way for you, you know? That's what really matters. Okay, so thanks for your question, Donna, and thanks for all the support you've given the channel, which is now able to be monetized pretty soon. And you are so sweet. Thank you kindly. I guess Andy, right? Right. Very kind of you to say so, Sheila. You are too, I must say. I've been planning, that ghost story video we did. I've been planning another one, right? There's like a camera gadget that makes it look like an old film from the 1920s. And I was thinking of like doing a video that's like the first tarot reading ever on YouTube in 1926 with this kind of grainy screen. Gonna have to get a top hat and stuff though, so I don't know. But I'm planning it, Sheila, and it's gonna be fun. Okay. Selena Gutierrez. Let's go to you, my friend. Gabrielle De Luna says, it's a beautiful day here in Santa Fe. Wonderful. It was a beautiful day here, actually, as well. It really was, but it was a freezing cold day. And I'm only sitting here in my T-shirt tonight because I've got the fire absolutely roaring. I'm so lucky to have that fire, actually. Okay. Yes, I will certainly do a card for Philip. I'm looking forward to that. That always happens, and it's always intriguing. But right now, Selena, will Y, female, end up in the hospital or jail for making terrible choices? Let's start with the pendulum and keep moving. Okay. Will she end up in the hospital, please? Will female Y end up in the hospital for making terrible choices? Looks like a yes to me, but it's hospital or jail. So thank you, spirit guides. Can you tell me, please, will Y, female, end up in the jail for making terrible choices? No, it's totally standing still there. Looks like hospital, to be honest. Okay, but basically, the choices Y has made are along the road to her becoming a wiser person, basically. Okay. And I'm aware, as I say that she's made lots of terrible choices, and it might be very hard for you to believe that she's actually going to change, but she's learning. It would be a bit like if you ever known someone who's like a really chronic smoker that just could not stop smoking. If they said to you one day, I've given up, you find it hard to believe that they weren't going to go back to it sometime pretty soon. But actually, smokers like that do give up. I used to know this truck driver called Don. He helped me a lot. I had a stroke, and he used to drive me around to help me. He's a great guy. But he chain smoked, you know. I don't know how he could afford them, but he just was piling through cigarettes all day, one after another. And he told me one day he'd given up. I found it very hard to believe, but I saw him a week later. He looked like a new man. His clothes didn't smell of it. He didn't have the kind of nicotine-y looking hair that he'd had before, because it gets in your hair and everywhere. And he had given up. Okay, why can change? Why is going to change as she goes forward? Okay, looks like a hospital stay along the way, though. It really does. Okay, hope that helps. Yeah, she's made many bad decisions. Smokes, drugs, drinks, alcohol. Well, I guess we're talking the devil's lettuce then in that case. One thing about the devil's lettuce and drugs generally is that sometimes they show people the other side of themselves. I'm not saying it's a good way, and I'm not recommending it, but sometimes people become very, very philosophical when they're on drugs, and actually when they're on alcohol as well. And it can change things round, and I feel that's kind of, it's on the way. Things are improving for her, most certainly. But thanks for your question. And Spirit say thanks for your prayers, because you've been praying for this lady, I believe, Selena, and that is acknowledged, So thanks for bringing that here. Aronson says, please check out the channel of friend of Twig Brother Andy, Sheila, at Inquisitive Tarot. Yeah. And please check out Celtic Tarot, Sheila too, and Bathroom Tarot with Danny Shea, and Oracle of Whimsy, another great channel, actually. I think a lot of you already know those people, okay? But if you don't, check them out, because they're really, really good channels. They really, really are. Okay, right. Let's see now then. Okay, let's go straight to my job interview went well last week. Will I get the position? Asks Aspie Third Eye. We can do that one with a pendulum, and I think that's the way to go at this point. Let's bring out the pendulum. Okay, will I get the position? Yeah, that's a nice circle. Yeah, it's even a clockwise circle. Everything's lining up there. That looks like a yes to me. Okay, I gotta say it, guys, all the time, for entertainment purposes only. YouTube. I gotta say that. I've got to say that. Okay, like if you're ill and I tell you you're going to be healed, if in doubt, ask a doctor. Okay, God gave us doctors. Doctors, the hospital system. It's all part of the miracles for sure. Okay. Now I'm going to go to Kat May, who says Lynn Wilson is trying to ask if she will ever see either of her grandsons again. Thank you for bumping that one, Kat, actually. And thank you to all the Spanner people, all the moderators, basically. You guys are such a great help. You really, really are. I'm going to use a different pendulum for that one. Okay. So Lynn Wilson, will she ever see either of her grandsons again? Okay. Well, let's ask that as the question, then we'll go a bit deeper. I hope it's right too, Aspie. Okay, but it's a spirit guide that moves it for me, and they can see things we can't. So I reckon it'll be right. Okay. Right, you'll definitely see at least one of them again, because we're getting a yes from the pendulum there. Okay. Okay, I'm going to just do some cards on that one, okay, and see where we get card-wise, okay. Lynn, want to see just a bit more deeply into this situation. So what we got, higher learning, Melchizedek, okay. Use the law of attraction to make that happen, Lynn. You would know how to do that, I believe. Really employ the law of attraction on it, because it's something you need to have them in your life. I really feel you need to have them in your life. And you think, we all need our relatives and our family to be in our lives, but some of us need that more than others, and it's important to you, Lynn. So use that manifestation. It says here, higher learning. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. And that's going on with at least one of your grandsons, okay? Some higher learning, some understanding. And there's nothing like understanding for healing up distances and healing up rifts, if there's been one. Next card I've got for you, Freya, phases and cycles. So this is just a phase. This is just part of life where you're not seeing them, okay? May feel like it's impossible at this moment for you to ever see them again, but nothing is impossible. It's a phase. It'll come full circle, full cycle, and things will change. It says also, there is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released, okay? So whatever ended there is going to begin again in a new and more positive way, and that's going to take you there. So thanks, Lynn, for your question, and thanks so much, Kat, for bumping it as well. And Celtic Tarot Sheila is away. Well, Celtic Tarot Sheila, thank you so much for joining me. And I'm all talk. I'll have to arrange this. Celtic Tarot Sheila and I are going to do another collab soon, okay? That's been our plan for a while, so we will. Okay. Abantika Das, hello to you. Thanks for joining us. Okay, hope you had a great weekend. I did, thanks. It's been fun because I got these new glasses and I can see again. I was getting headaches before because I had those tiny little cheap plastic reading glasses on. I had to have them on the end of my nose so I could look at the real world this way and read things down here. And I was just getting a bad headache, so I'm so glad. Yeah, it's pretty good. Thanks for asking. So anything on career this week? I guess that says career. That's what it looks like to me. Anything on career this week? Right. This is the deck of the moment. Hope, love and acceptance. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. Choose loving thoughts. Okay. Tread carefully at work. That's what I'm going to say, Abantika. Okay. Hope sounds like stuff that hasn't happened yet. Do not give up hope. Okay. And really show your best side in terms of career. Right, but it says love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. Believe in yourself, Abantika. You deserve whatever success you're having. That's the truth. No getting away from it. We've got this nice lilac amethyst color on the bottom of this card, showing that the situation is healing, and it's healing in a good way. There's healing going on there. Don't know what that's got to do with your career exactly, but there's healing going on. The main word there is hope. Just do not give up, okay? And acceptance is another pretty good keyword in that one. Okay. Right, Mitzi, I'm going to come to you soon, but right now, before that, I'm going to do a card for Mr. Philip Corrigan, who has been a great supporter of the channel, actually. And, well, guys, not nearly all of you have. It's fantastic. In fact, I think you all have, really. And you're all supporting it by being here tonight. And I'm so grateful to Philip and the mods and all of you, because I've reached this point now where apparently I can monetize the channel and, start getting a couple of quid from it, which is, it's just a wonderful thought. Because I first started trying to make a YouTube channel in 2007, and I had lots of very unsuccessful attempts. I got stuck into this one around January 2017, so it's been about 4 years, and wow, loads of work. So I'm so happy it's going that way. And Philip, a card for you tonight. Bridget, I was talking about this card earlier on with Melanie, actually. Very magical character. We've got Bridget, inner strength, move back to wholeness, recognize that you have the power. Now, Philip, I know you're on that kind of path towards learning, which in so many ways is also a path towards healing. That's what's going on there. Inner strength is what Bridget is talking about. Things might not be easy for you as time goes forward, particularly in the next week or so, I'm feeling, Philip. There might be some challenges there, but just know that you've got the strength, and know that when you've got Bridget working with you, that is a sure sign of protection as well as anything to do with healing. Okay, so let's go with Mitzi now and see what Mitzi's question is all about. My son at 27 has decided it's time to start dating. Do you see a mate in his future? Let's see what we get from the tarot. Tarot in Wonderland. I think that's the deck to go with at this point. My son at 27 has decided it is time to start dating. Do you see a mate in his future? Ooh, right. This card fell out and it doesn't really answer the question, so I'll do another card in a second. But this is something around the energy of what you're asking me there, Mitzi. We've got the King of Swords, and his ego is like, you know, when people say you might have to walk on eggshells around someone. Okay, so I feel this isn't going to be the easiest of situations. I think that your son is actually going against his own more long-term feelings at this point. I think he'd like to just avoid the whole thing, but he's decided that he's going to do it. Okay, now you can't make an omelette without cracking eggs. That's the other side of it. So he's made that big decision. That mother, in fact, that father of all decisions, because it's the King of Swords here, and the swords is the suit of like mental battling with something. Okay, so he's faced his demons. That looks good. It's not an easy path for him. Let's do another card and see where we get. Okay. Yes, he does. 10 of Cups. Yeah, he does. Okay. I can't put it any more simply than that. Look at the picture there. That's the picture I've brought out of the tarot deck in response to, do I see a mate in his future? And here is a happy couple, if ever there was one. Part of the lesson of the 10 of Cups is that you've got to kind of have a plan. Okay. If you get into a good relationship, that relationship's got to have legs. It's got to be going somewhere for it to keep bringing positive things in. But Mitzi, thanks for your question. You're so on target. Thank you very much. I'm so glad you're happy with that one. And Philip says, thank you. You're very welcome, Philip. You always are, mate. And thank you for all your help and support of the channel. Every positive comment it's like it's uplifting for me, and every little thumbs up, everything, it all helps the channel to keep going with the algorithm and get places, you know. That really helps. Okay, right. Okay, let's go with Virgo Queen at this moment in time, and then I'm going to go to Cheryl Lundholm. Thanks, guys, for your questions. Virgo Queen, good afternoon, Andy. Good afternoon to you, Virgo Queen. When will my boyfriend and me get this townhome so we can live together? You know, as I was reading that, I thought it said tow home at first. I thought maybe that's like an American word for a trailer or something. I feel it's going to be quite a while, and I think I saw that trailer because there's going to be some temporary accommodation along the way. But I've just had a good shuffle, and this one came out again, so it's positive. It's a couple together there, okay? And it's no bad thing, actually, that it's going to take you a while to get this townhome because, like I was saying, there has to be something that keeps a couple on their toes and keeps them working towards things. There's some legalistic stuff going to be involved with it as well. That is like a shadow meaning for the 10 of Cups. Something legal, something that goes in your favor, but you know, some litigation, something like that. It's not a straightforward it's not a real straightforward thing, but it's a straightforward answer. You know, you are actually going to get that. When? I don't know. Let me see. I don't think there's any point asking the tarot that question. Let's go for that on a psychic note, okay? When will Virgo Queen and her boyfriend get this townhomes together? Right. I feel that this is late summer, okay? And I mean, I don't know what the weather feels like in your part of the world. I can only pass on what I'm seeing. But I'm seeing like it's still hot weather, but there's long shadows. So it's late summer, early fall. That's what I'm getting for when. Again, I can't absolutely promise it, but that's what I'm getting. And you're saying, yeah, finances are being worked out. Wonderful. Okay, well, if I hit that one right, then I would say I'm going to stand by late summer, early autumn for you getting the place. Okay. Thanks for your question, Virgo Queen. I absolutely wish you the best of luck with that. Let's go to Cheryl Lundholm. And we have something of a mediumship question here. For the 3 days after my brother Larry died, 9/20/11, I felt I was with him during his life review. He hated me. Why did this happen? What does he have to say about this? Well, okay. As soon as he went over, the hate just vanished, okay? Because once they go to the other side, they're moving towards becoming beings of pure light. And that happens straight away, okay? One of the reasons that he hated you was something that he was wrong about. And that's one reason why it never healed, actually, because he was so sure he was right and he was actually wrong, okay? Now, also, during his life review, right? During a person's life review, they're shown all sorts of stuff. And it would have been a good thing for your energy to be close to that. It really would. And I've had a bit of a privilege here because in the early days of me training as a medium, I had one of those dreams where we go to the halls of learning. And I was shown someone else watching their life review on the screen. And there was a big audience, actually, and they were all cheering. They were, cheering and, giving encouragement to the person. And it's very, very uplifting for a soul that goes to the other side. And this is why, you're talking about when he died. I know totally that's a real thing. But as a medium, I try and see death as going to the other side of life, because there is another side of life. And that's what the afterlife is all about. Okay. So it would have been good for you to be there, to have your energy close during his life review. And part of me picks up that he forgives you. Another part of me, another part of me feels that he's saying there's nothing to forgive. But basically, the hatchet is buried. That's the main thing there. I'm pretty convinced I'm right about that because of the hiccups. Excuse me. I totally wish you the best with that. I do. Okay. Things always heal. Okay. Family are meant to be together, Cheryl. And so even when it doesn't work out, it's not working. And there's some kind of cosmic reason why you're together. So if you can be as forgiving in your heart as you can be, and I think you are actually, then I'm sure that will be mirrored back. And I feel, buried the hatchet. That's what I'm really picking up there. Okay. Thanks so much for your question, and I wish you well with it. And I've got really bad hiccups now. Oh no! Happy birthday, Diane Faith. Really glad you're here on your birthday too. Big wave and a big heart from me. Into the future. Could you draw a card for my daughter Ray, please? Thank you. Okay, maybe I can stop hiccuping. That would be nice. Spirit guides, please, can I stop hiccuping? I hope they'll agree to help me with that one. They're always very helpful, really. And the hiccups are a sign to me that I've got some wacky, strong energy going on with me. So I guess it's positive, really. It's just, when you're working on a microphone, it's desirable not to dissolve into hiccups all the time. So into the future's daughter Ray. Can we have a card, please? Council of Light, help us in the subtle realms, divine orchestration. Spiritual advancement is coming to her somehow. And I feel this is the kind of spirituality as in like being in good spirits, being happy. Her life is going to become happier, basically. Okay. And what's really happening is that certain aspects of her life are coming into alignment. That might be quite a painful process, actually. It's never really dead easy, but if you can see here, it's almost like a column of chakras going up through the character in the middle of the card. They're not chakra colors, and there's actually only 4 of them, so it isn't the chakras exactly, but it represents things coming into alignment more than anything. Okay, I'm really dissolving into hiccups now, so I'm sorry about that, but I hope that is value. Yes, it could be worse. I hope it isn't, though. I really hope it isn't. Let's go with Aspie, third eye, at this point. Okay. Well, bummer, my shamanic drum is on back order, lol. Guess I'll just have to beat on the coffee can until it arrives. I guess you will. I guess you will, okay? But spiritual tools, you know, that they don't have to be in exactly a particular way. And when I go down to Glastonbury, I'll try and get you a picture of some of the cosmic shops down there. Maybe some footage if they'll let me film, actually. But there are shops there that sell very, very expensive magic tools, and they are good. You know, they are well made, and they are made by experts who know what they're doing, right? And there's nothing quite as good as that in so many ways. But look, I've got this pendulum here, which someone, you know, it's kind of a bit of a factory job, really, but it's exactly what it should be. This one too, you know, made in the evil empire, I think, actually made in China, but it's exactly what it's meant to be. My first pendulum, and it worked like a dream, was a bit of string with a key hanging on the end. So it wasn't even centered, but I did loads of readings with that pendulum, you know. So things don't have to be perfect. And if you beat on a coffee can, that is going to be cool until it arrives. Because one thing, you've made the affirmation, you've spent the money on your shamanic drum. It is yours. It is on its way to you. So all the affirmations are lined up nicely there. And two, the main thing is to beat out a rhythm, okay? Because I'm always saying there's no time in the spirit world, but that's why they recognize a rhythm. That's what they have instead of time. And that's why all kinds of faith groups have drumming rituals, because it establishes that rhythm and it makes it, you know, it just makes the whole thing real. Yeah, they do have some really neat stuff, Aspie, and I can't afford it either, actually. And I know the shopkeeper of the best place, and he's a real misery gut. So I don't even know if he'll let me film in there, but I'll definitely take a crafty picture of the window. He sells like a Tharnes and wonderful things, wands, everything. Okay, Diane Faith, card for you today on your birthday. Okay, Radha Soul Flame. That's the card for you on your birthday today, Diane Faith. And your faith is very strong. That's what my guides are saying. It says here, rediscover a lost part of yourself. It also says experience relationship, harmony, and healing. Now, I don't know where that plays into your life. I really don't. Maybe that's your relationship with yourself. It doesn't have to be a member of the opposite gender. It doesn't have to be a work thing. It doesn't have to be anything in particular. But it says rediscover a lost part of yourself. And guys, we are all our own twin flame in so many ways. That soul flame is something going on within us. And we were talking about the violet flame earlier, right? And one of the lines in the violet flame meditation or chant that I do is breath of God inside each cell. I am the violet flame. And when I chant that, I can see kind of the flame, the fire of divinity, the fire of spirit, like in sheep, in the car, in the carpet, in the fence, in the camera. I see it everywhere because it is everywhere. Okay, so Radha, soul flame. That's that's the card, and the message is just kind of get in touch with what you feel good with. Yeah, because when you feel good with a thing, when you feel right with a thing, then that shows you that that thing is right for you because it fits, and it works. So very happy birthday to you, Diane. Thanks for your question, and thanks so much for coming in. April Evans has been saving for a Native American drum. She almost has it. Wow, great. I have a drum that came to me, and this was quite a long time ago. And as well as this, right, I've worked on making musical instruments. I've repaired church organs. I've made concert harps, like the big ones you see in orchestras. I've been a church organist. I made a hurdy-gurdy. I've made all kinds of things. And I took this drum and I made it into a banjo. Okay, but I still got all the drum parts. And I might just dismantle the banjo one day and use it as a drum, because that's kind of what I think that's why it came into my life. I just didn't realize at the beginning. Aria song, what is the best type of diet? One that feels right, okay? One that doesn't give you a headache, basically. I strongly recommend cutting out any meat. I strongly recommend veganism. in a big way. But even then, you know, you can be a vegan and just kind of eat bread, and that's not going to be so healthy. It's what you eat, you know, the richness. Get plenty of veg, maybe even take vitamin supplements if you need to. But it's what you feel good with. It really is. It's what helps. Okay, so Swaggy Star, we're here at last. You've been asking and asking, and I'm with you. Why hasn't my crush reached out to me, and when will he? Oh, sorry you're feeling like that. That sounds like a tarot question to me. Guys, we're sort of moving slowly towards the end of the session at this point. I just start running out of energy after 90 minutes. Okay, it's just the way it is, and then I don't get the readings to right. But I'm confident of this one. Okay. Right, 3 of Pentacles came out, and I'm told to get another one out as well. Okay. 3 of Pentacles, Page of Wands on that, Swaggy Star. Okay, let's go with the 3 of Pentacles first. Okay, hasn't happened yet because steady progress is being made, and for a relationship to be really good, things have to come into balance. The person, both people in it, actually have to be ready for it. Okay, and whatever's going on at the moment, even if you're not seeing anything of your crush, life and the universe and everything are like conspiring to make this happen. So that's good news. 3 of Pentacles. Other one, Page of Wands. Okay, now this page needs a lot of encouragement. Doesn't have much charisma of his own, but if you give him some encouragement, things are going to get moving and things are going to move a bit more quickly. So let him know. Okay, I know that's really out there. That's really taking a risk when we let people know about stuff like that. But yeah, let him know. Don't let it pass you by, okay, Swaggy Star? Just give him time, okay? And trust and know that the universe is going to make this happen for you. That's what it's all about, okay? So we've got a discussion of American drums going on now, which is fabulous. Okay, Mitzi was recently at a shop in Cherokee, North Carolina, I guess. The sounds from the drum was amazing. Saving up for one too. Good for you. Hope you get that. Hope it works out. Excuse me. Hope that works out for you. I'm running out of energy and I'm running out of voice now. This is the way it goes. Aspie Third Eye. I won't be dating again until there is an interplanetarymatch.com. I like that attitude. There are interplanetary matches. That's what I've just been told. I don't know how that works, but it does. Okay. Let's see. Right, Gabrielle DeLuna. Okay. I sort of thought I'd done one for Gabrielle, but it's not a problem. I'll do another one. I can't see the original thing there, but hey, right, Gabrielle DeLuna. Card for Gabrielle DeLuna. Tarot again. And this is going to have to be the last one of the evening. Okay, 5 of Wands we've got for you, Gabrielle. This is a hold-up in things getting done, and it's caused by ego, basically. That's what's going on here. Okay, so Gabrielle, if you're aware of something being held up and things just not working out stubbornly, it's not your fault. It's the people involved, and they will work it out. You might as well just let them battle it out for themselves, because it's kind of stupid energy. They're like fighting with flamingos for one thing, and no one needs to fight with flamingos. It's all a bit crazy. Just step back from it, okay? Let them work the thing out. I would almost say don't get involved. Really, kind of, hold back from it as much as you possibly can. Okay? Now then, Sharon Sipe, I want to thank you for all your help and support too, as well, actually. Really glad you're with us, and I'm really grateful for all the kind of the attention and the help you bring to people in the chat here and on other channels as well, Sharon. I'll see you around. So as Cheryl Lundum says, thank you for all of your help and support. I keep trying to post this last week, but they kept disappearing. Aha. Things will disappear, I'm afraid. It's crazy like that. But hey, we got there in the end, and thanks, Sharon Sipe. And thanks all the mods for everything you do, and all you guys for supporting us, because you don't just support me, you support the whole group that way, and that is wonderful. Gabrielle says, thank you, Andy. That's what I did today. Great. We're in with the energy of the moment then. Cat Mama, yeah, don't want to fight with flamingos. It's kind of pointless. Okay. Rick Gonzalez says, thanks, Andy, for the reading. Thank you for coming on board, sir. I appreciate it. Beverly Spencer says, night all, sending out love to everyone. blessing you for this coming week. And I'm sure we all wish you the same, Beverly. Let's send those loving thoughts to each other. Let's say a prayer for everyone who needs our healing thoughts, whether we know those people or not. And as our spirit guides step back into that part of the wonderful starlit universe of the great creator, let's always remember that they're there. We can't see them, with our everyday eyes, but they are there. Never forget it, guys, because they're all sending you love all the time. On that note, I'm going to say thanks so much to everyone. We've had lovely energy here tonight. Really enjoyed this session. I'll be back again Wednesday at the same time. That's 9 p.m. UK. In other words, 3 p.m. Central USA, which I guess is 1 p.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Mountain. I'll be here on Wednesday. So stay tuned, as it were. And please, a thumbs up, guys, if you haven't already. It helps no end. Hit the subscribe button. Coffee.com/twig. There's a link down in the description there if you'd like to buy me or the channel a coffee. It's always monstrously big appreciated. I really appreciate it. Cat Mama, thank you. Philip, thank you. Sally G, thank you. Mitzi, thank you. Great to meet you, Mitzi. And I'll see all you guys again very soon. I'm totally looking forward to Wednesday. I'll be here again. We'll make it happen. And look out for the uploads because they're coming all the time. Meanwhile, my dear friends, love and light to you and blessings.